A really fascinating feature of advanced English is something called LITOTES. You may not have heard it before, but native speakers of English use this all the time. Look at the pictures. You can see a meal and a man who looks happy with his meal. What does he say? He says this: "That wasn't bad." What does he mean when he says that wasn't bad? Does he mean it's a little bit bad? A bit more than bad? This is what he actually means. It means that was better than bad. Actually, it was quite good. And this is what LITOTES is all about. LITOTES is when we often use a double negative to state a positive in a subtle way. So we're not saying this is absolutely fantastic, but we want to be clear. This is good. So when we say that wasn't bad, we've got two negative words in there. We've got wasn't, which is the negative form of to be, and bad, which has a negative connotation. But put the two together and they cancel each other out. You end up with a positive. Another example is when you might be describing another person, and that person you describe like this: "He isn't the worst." He isn't the worst. What does this mean? Well, it really means this. It means he is actually better than many. So the two negatives actually result in the positive. He isn't the worst. We're not really talking about being the worst here. We're actually trying to say that he is better than many. We're actually using the two negatives to bring out a positive, and that's what LITOTES does. There's a couple of extra things to know, which we're going to look at on the next screen. Now we can see a person who is lifting weights. Does it look like a problem to them? I think they would tell you this: it's not a problem in any way. And this really means it's really easy. So here we have two words that have a negative meaning attached to them. We have not and problem. So we have this sense of the two negatives leading to the positive. When we say it's not a problem, we mean really the opposite. We mean it's easy. But this extra phrase here, in any way, means it's really easy. It emphasizes the positive even more. And with certain words and phrases, the positive is emphasized more in this way. A few ways of doing this are with a negative verb followed by slightly. So you could say it's not slightly a problem. Or, as we've seen, a negative verb followed by a negative word and then in any way. But there are other possibilities too, with slightly different variations in the grammar. We can also use the word half. So we have a negative followed by half, followed by a verb. For example, they didn't half try. What does this mean? Well, it actually means they did try. They didn't half try. The didn't and the half combine to become a positive. They did try. You have to be slightly careful with this form though, because with other words it has the opposite meaning. For example, if you say they didn't slightly try, this time it means the opposite. It means that they didn't try at all. So slightly and half can work in different ways with different words. A negative plus half plus a verb brings out a positive, but a negative and slightly with the verb emphasizes the negative even more.